Hey, Capri Seeker. So there's something that you can do that they can't, right? You have this ability, you have this skill, you have this endurance, which they don't have. And so instead of, wow, Cappy, that's so inspiring. How do you do that? Or just to themselves, wow, I really appreciate this thing that Capricorn is able to do. I would like to pursue that ability as well. No, instead of doing that, which would be great and kind of cool, and you'd appreciate it and probably guide them through it. They tell you that something is wrong with you. They tell you that you're cold. They tell you that you don't care. They tell you that, well, if you cared, you wouldn't be able to keep doing what you're doing, or you wouldn't be able to keep a straight face. And you're like, it's because I care so much that I keep going. If I stop, who will do this? If I don't keep a straight face while you're a puddle of tears on the floor or whatever this is, who's going to take care of this? You can't afford to not do what you do so well because others rely on you. And if you don't, then who will? And it's kind of frustrating because it's a sacrifice for you. It's not easy. It's just something that you make it look easy because you're good at. But that doesn't mean it's easy. You still feel all the feels. You're still hurting all the hurts. And to get that, you're so cold or you don't care. That's adding injury to insult or insult to injury. It's frustrating. But keep in mind, Capricorn, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means that some people can't do what you do, and instead of being inspired, they try to belittle you in order to feel better about themselves. The Death card. And it's time to part way with that. It's time to not be understanding, to not be okay with it, to not allow it. It's time to say, I'm intense, I'm powerful, I have the power to move mountains and bring a situation that is collapsing into survival or into being endured or into sustained, whatever. And you don't want to give me credit, you don't want to clap, that's fine, but don't stand in my way and insult me. Learn from me, sure. Ask me questions, okay. But don't you project your weakness onto me. Ten of Swords. I have gone through so much more than you could ever fathom or imagine. Because while you weep an ocean of tears over an X event, I barely shed a tear over an ocean of events. Now, Capricorn, I'm not enabling you to suppress or deny or not express your pain. If there's one thing you can take from that uncomfortable dynamic or experience or exchange of annoyance, annoying words, is okay, I do need to maybe express how I feel a bit more. Not for them to know that I have feelings, not for them to approve and confirm, not for them to feel better about themselves, but for me, for rejuvenation, for healing, for expression, because what you hold inside becomes you. So if you hold inside grief, you become grief. If you hold inside anger, you become anger. If you hold inside resentment, you become resentment. There are healthy ways to express things, and maybe it will help you to learn. And I don't know if you know this, tears have a biological reason. When we cry, we release tension, anxiety, chemicals out of our system. It is purifying emotionally and biologically, physically. They all always align anyway. They're never actually separate. So I'm not telling you to... I'm not telling Achilles to not hold the world. I'm telling you can hold the world and shed a tear. Not for them, for you. And maybe learn from the situation that maybe they're not empathic as they claim themselves to be, because someone who's truly empathic, who is emotional and is in pain and who cries or feels or lets out because they're empathic and they're in tune with their emotions and with other people's emotions, they would pick up on you. They would know that the reason you're able to do this, it's not because you're not feeling or you're not caring. It's because you feel, you care, and you endure for the sake of. That's ironically, it's caring more than they do. The thing is with the Death card and the Ten of Swords here, you gotta feel the pain. It's been so much, Capricorn. There are moments where you can take a break. Again, not for their validation or approval, unless you want to, but for you. And no, it doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you do best. And no, it doesn't mean you're not as powerful. Even the most powerful computer needs a restart every now and then. The most powerful smartphone needs a recharge. The most powerful person needs to go to sleep, and they need fuel, and they need to eat, and they need to cleanse. Holding on to everything is not necessarily strong. Sometimes we've gotten so used to being the strong one, the enduring one, the responsible one, that we feel like that we confuse it to be our character as opposed to what we know how to do when we need to do it, right? So this is a power, a strength, a talent, a skill that you know how to do when you need to do it, but it doesn't mean you are it. It doesn't mean you always have to do it. Discernment and rest are wisdom. And we all know how wise you are. You're the most ancient, most deep aspect of the earth. You hold on to all of its secrets. You are the guardian between not just the kingdom of the living and the kingdom of the dead, but when the kingdom of the living, someone is like waltzing in and goes through the path. When they reach the gates to convey with Hades, there you are. Because you can handle all of that energy and all of that transformation. The reason why you seem to be so stable and unchanging is because the only constant is change. And as you are capable of dealing with so much change, you seem so constant. The Hermit. I'm working with the 𝖎𝖙𝖊𝖐 Tarot, by the way. These are the deepest, rawest aspects of you coming through in this reading, Capricorn. I must say, I am honored. You've also allowed yourself to take a leap and to end something once and for all. To accept that some things, it's not about being able to save them, it's about should you save them. Yes, you can, but the time, the energy, should you? Maybe there are higher forces that wish for you to go and put your energy and your time and your power elsewhere and allow them to take this situation and transform it into what it needs to be transformed into now. The power of letting go. Now that, my friend, is mastery. Judgment. Wow, Capricorn, this is a very powerful reading. Wow. So much awakening, so much transformation. You are really tapping into the rawest aspects of you. Most ancient ones, wisest ones, powerful ones, the ones that convey with angelic beings. Because the deeper you're able to dig, the higher you are exalted into. The bottom of the earth is the sky. It's all a circle. A tree can only grow as tall as the depth of its roots. I'm going to give a morbid example. No, it does not apply to you. No, no one is. I don't mean it physically. It's a metaphor. When someone is buried in the ground, they transmute into the earth. They're part of the earth and they become godly because now they are soil that gives life to everything. That's how deep your power goes, your strength. Very few understand how many layers you have. Your artistry, your morbidity. Because with intelligence comes morbidity. The more intelligent you are, or the wiser you are, the more you know of this world, or of this world, these worlds. And there is more empty matter than there is matter. There is more space than there are planets. It's a morbid yet whimsical existence. 7 of Cups. And that is where dreams are formed and then fulfilled. Because stars are made of ether, or are born of ether. Maybe you create stars. Maybe you are a star and you've been forged through the empty dark matter or through fire, which is why you shine so brightly, which is why the incredibly difficult things that you can do seem so effortless. How is a pearl created? It's a grain of sand that manages to infiltrate into a clan, and then it attacks it because it's an invader. It's like an immune system that attacks something that comes inside the body and that it's unrecognizable. And with all that attack inside of the grain of sand, and with all the pressure from the ocean from all around, it turns into a pearl. So you're a pearl. And pearls, they seem so gentle and ladylike and smooth and cold. Only few can recognize, can see through the slicky pearl the process that it had to go through to become it. So maybe it's a lonely existence for you to have so few people understand you and recognize you, as opposed to judge you and belittle you because they fear what they don't understand. Ooh, a lot of cards. Okay, let's take it. Ace of Cups, High Priestess, 5 of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles. Rebuilding from nothing, based in faith and mystery. That's a lot you can build there. Turning lead into gold. And it's with so much faith and so much love and trust and a mystery and willing to risk and to lose in order to build something that is potentially truly joyous for you. Not potentially, that is truly joyous for you. What a big finale, what a big dramatic ending, leading to such relief, intoxication even. Sorry. You are the painter. The world is your canvas. Some of you have reached an energetic level where you can literally manifest through painting what it is you want. Paint what it is you want. You are being finally positioned, Capricorn, where you ought to be positioned. It took about 3-4 years of me yattering in your ear month after month after month. And I don't know how long you've been not doing this before. Enduring the things you should not have endured just because you can. But here you are. It's inspiring to watch. Congratulations and hallelujah. Four of Wands. Reaching your destination, where you get to do your thing and be happy. Where you enjoy the labor. A labor of love, a labor of inspiration, a labor of passion, a labor of creativity. I don't know what makes me think about Van Gogh, Vincent van Gogh, you know, Starry Night. Starry Night is my favorite painting. There's something bewitching about that painting. He painted the stars like swirling gas, which is pretty much what it is. He saw things for what they are and he painted them seemingly abstract, but ironically, it's how they truly look because the reality that we perceive, that's the abstract. And the alleged abstract, that's the actual reality. It's so fluid and constant movement. And he painted the still life in front of him in movement. He saw through the layers. I don't know what his zodiac sign was, but I'm curious now to find out. It's about damn time, Cappy, that you use your sight and your essence of being so multi-layered to pierce through reality and into its multi-layers and mold it. We have been waiting for you, Capricorn, and here you are. Cappy has arrived. Very proud of you. It's been a long ass journey. You had to go through it. 4, 4, 2, 2. Let me show you the underlayers of this reading. So let's start with taking the major arcanas, which are very intense, by the way. You have the Death card, the Hermit, Judgment, and the High Priestess. They're very outer worldly. And when they do walk in this world, it's multidimensional. And other forces are calling you. They want to chat because they feel like now you could finally hear them. Now we have 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 of Cups, 10 of Swords. Okay. So no court cards on the table. The people you deal with this month, it's nothing compared to this process that you're going through. You're dealing with multidimensional beings. It's not even people. The people that are still in your life, they're like somewhere in the background, and that's okay. We'll definitely go into this. We'll clarify all of this into more detail. We'll pull then more cards, and then we'll have a rune reading. I'll pull runes. That's your extended. It's available below in the description box. You can find it on Patreon and on Vimeo. I hope to see you there. Thank you for being here. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, press the like button. My name is Morgane, by the way, if I have not introduced myself. Welcome to the Existential Shift. I love you, Cappies, and I'll see you in a sec. Bye for now.